Here we are in the sukkah. And as we all get ready for this incredible Yom Tov, I wanted to share with you this beautiful thought. You know, the year was 1943. It was in one of the slave labor camps prior to Sukkot, where a group of dedicated Jews were working in the lumber yard, and they wanted to set up this kind of like storage bin for their work tools. They set up the wood without any roof, and they put schach on top that they found from some old boards and some old lumber. And listen to what happened on the first night of Sukkot. And I'm going to read to you from an eyewitness report that night. On the first night of Sukkot, there was a steady march towards one corner of the camp. All of the inmates were drawn to the secret sukkah. Word of the sukkah spread quickly. Despite the danger involved, the Jewish prisoners left their barracks and walked furtively in the direction of the sukkah. I too was among them. I tarried but a moment inside the makeshift hut. I recited the Shehecheyanu benediction and walked out. I could not tarry longer, for the danger of discovery was great, and many others were waiting to enter. For so many years, the mitzvah of sukkah has been so dear to us, something that our ancestors risked their lives to perform. What is the significance of this mitzvah that we're about to fulfill come Sukkot? You know, the Gemara tells us that there's two opinions for the mitzvah of sukkah. Rabbi Eliezer says to remind us of the Anani Kavod, the clouds of glory that protected the Jews while we were traveling in the desert. Rabbi Akiva tells us it's to remind us of the actual sukkahs, the actual huts that the Jews built while they were in the desert. Now, if I were a betting man, I would have to say a real reason to celebrate is the opinion of Rabbi Eliezer. The clouds of glory, the Anani Kavod, those were open miracles. They protected us on all four sides. They provided climate control. They leveled out the ground so that no snakes and scorpions were able to attack us. At nighttime, those clouds turned into a pillar of fire that lit up everybody's tent inside. Open miracles were witnessed with the Anani Kavod. Yet according to Rabbi Akiva, all it is celebrating the fact that we built booths in the desert. Why is that a reason to enact this mitzvah of sukkah? Rabbeinu Bachai explains so beautifully that while the Jews were traveling in the desert, they weren't in an environment that was conducive to building a sukkah. They didn't have any of the necessary tools or equipment to put together these makeshift huts. However, while the situation seemed bleak and they had no idea where their protection would be coming from, Hashem provided them with all that was necessary to give them the shelter that they needed during that time. Now, you ever wonder, why is it that we use schach, which is the remnants, the leftovers of the field, as the roof of our sukkah? And Rav Chaim Friedlander explains that the schach serves as a reminder that Hashem's shelter, Hashem's protection can come from anywhere, even from the leftovers of the field, something that most people don't give any importance to whatsoever. The message of the sukkah is that Hashem's protection can come to us from any source whatsoever. As we sit in our sukkah this Yom Tov, and we're thinking about all that's been going on currently and all that's been happening over the last several months, let's look at the walls, look up at the schach, and remember the message of Rabbi Akiva, that Hashem's protection, Hashem's shelter can come from anywhere. And in Yirtzeh Hashem, Hashem will provide that Yeshua for us, B'karov. I want to wish everybody a Chag Kosher V'Sameach.